Well. Good afternoon, West Ham fans. So we've been linked with Calhanoglu. Fornals is going to be going somewhere. Loads of people are after him. And also we've been linked with another Northern Irish teen sensation. Yes, everybody, Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. A few hours before we kick off at 3 Point Lane, we'll have all the fun of the fair, the predicted 11s, pre-match, and all that type of stuff. Keep it on the channel for that. Loads of stuff happening already today. Loads of vids coming out. The members have had the stat attack. We had day 7 of our advent calendar. Matt Jarvis, day 7. So all you got to do is comment on it. It doesn't cost anything. It's completely free for you to enter. You could win some lovely signed stuff like a Clive Allen picture from when there we go, signed Clive Allen picture from when we went up in 92, 93. Remember that very well. Could be that, could be, I don't know, loads of other stuff we've got. So we've already had 6 winners already. That's how it works. And then we'll have the 7th winner, and we'll be drawing that later on tonight. So if you get now, just jump on there. Watch this first, and then go on there. And then hit just a little comment. That's all you need to do. And make sure you subscribe so we can contact you afterwards. But it's Hammer's Headlines in association with the KUMB.com, boys. 3 stories as per usual. And let's crack on. Shall we? Let's talk about this gentleman. Let's talk about Hakan Calhanoglu. Let's talk about Hakan Calhanoglu. Now, apparently, this is the guy that we've been linked with before, the Inter Milan star. But according to my favourite Italian news outlets, Calcio Mercato, West Ham and Liverpool are apparently set to do battle to guarantee to secure Calhanoglu's signing. They reckon he could be sold by Inter Milan for around 50 million euros, 43 million pounds. And we are apparently both preparing moves to sign the midfielder. Apparently, Moyes and Klopp are both said to be admirers of the 29-year-old midfielder. That's not going to work. And we could both sides do with further reinforcements in the midfield. I would suggest more of for us, Calhanoglu's probably great player, 43 million quid for 29-year-old. Can't see that fitting our profile. But for me, he would be, I think if we're going to buy anyone in the midfield position, I think it needs to be a CDM as backup for Alvarez, in my humble opinion. But he's bagged 9 goals and 1 assist in 17 games so far for Inter Milan this year. So he's been fine form. And he has, to be honest, played as a DM in most of them, to be fair. But I just think he for me, I always see him as more attacking threat than sort of a proper CDM blocker. But Calcio Mercato and also Inter Live claim that the Hammers and Liverpool both want to sign him. And it's worth noting that Inter will be more likely to sell him in the summer rather than the upcoming January. So he'll almost be 30 by then. So that's a lot of money to play for someone who's untested in the Premier League as well. There's no doubt he's an exceptional player, and he's been capped by Turkey 82 times, and operates as an orthodox midfield box to box. As a 10, can operate as a DM as well. Very gifted. There's no denying that at all. But 43 million pounds, I think Liverpool can have him for that. Good luck to them. How much did they buy the Japanese guy from? They bought him. He's like 30, wasn't he? They bought him as well. So anyway, I think it's a non-starter. I'll be honest. Let's talk about another potential in, and that is the Northern Irish teen sensation, Aiden Doughty. There we go. Doughty has been earning rave reviews for his games playing for Linfield in the Northern Ireland Premier League, as well as the Northern Ireland under-17 side. We have a bit of a good track record with Northern Irish players, and particularly in the youth team at the moment, with the likes of Callum Marshall and Patrick Kelly. Just two. We've got several more as well. I mean, he's a left winger. He's made 3 appearances for Linfield so far at 17, and his performances have already alerted several clubs in England, including West Ham. Apparently, we're the front runners for him, and have already had the attacker over in England for a trial earlier this year. But also, several of the other Premier League sides are monitoring the teen talent and are ready to swoop. He signed his first professional contract with Linfield in September, pledging his future with the Northern Ireland Giants until the end of the 25-26 season. But both the player and the club admit there is interest from other clubs. He could join the likes of Sunderland ace Troy Hume, Paul Smith from QPR. We're making the move from Linfield to England in order to play professional footballer. Apparently, us, Brighton, and Everton all have reputations for developing young talent and have seen interest in Doherty in recent weeks. I think we seem to have a really good networking system in Northern Ireland, it seems. And, there's the likes of, Marshall, Kelly, Rigg. We've got some really good players coming through. Obviously, Everton and Brighton, they've got some top talents come through the ranks. Them, Evan Ferguson, obviously, Brighton. They've Solly Marsh as well. You've got to think for Everton itself. You've got Ellis Sims. So there's lots of players coming through. And I think it'd be interesting to see, as we've beaten several big clubs to some of these signings for these sort of younger talents in recent years. And could Doherty be another one for us? We'll keep an eye on that. But it's good to know that he's already been over for a trial and had a chat. And lastly, let's talk about Pablo Fornals. And obviously, the news broke a few days ago that he was that the club activated the year extension to his contract. That hasn't been officially announced, but neither is Thomas Souček's contract, neither is Michail Antonio's contract. They seem to choose which contracts they want to officially announce. Now, there was speculation that Fornals didn't want to renew his contract, and but apparently the club have. Now we haven't had this completely confirmed yet, but the club have just done it regardless, so to speak. They had contractually, they have the right to extend it. A bit like what happened with Ben Johnson a couple of years ago, and we just evoked the additional 2 years on his contract as well. Now, everyone, then there's different narratives here. Some people have gone, "Oh, it's great, keep him. Yeah, he can develop into the side. New manager comes in." I think the more pragmatic is he's signing a new contract to maintain his value. At the moment, he doesn't have a lot of value if we're selling him in January, for example. He would have no value in the summer because he'd be out of contract. But even if we sold him in January, he'd have 6 months left of his contract. Now he's got 18 months left of his contract. And there's a number of clubs interested in him. Originally, we spoke about Sevilla, we spoke about Barca. But according to several news outlets, there's several Premier League sides and also Saudi Pro League sides interested in Pablo and taking him on their side. And that particularly is in reference to the January transfer window. So, obviously he's out. He's out of contract in at the end of the 24-25 season. And so we can obviously cash in on the midfielder now. And as I said, I think it was in Football Insider or someone like that said that there was several clubs across the Liga, Premier League, and the Saudi Pro League. He's made 14 appearances in all competitions this season, starting just 6. Yet to score or assist this term, though. And he started one Premier League game, which was the opening day draw with Bournemouth. I think it's been interesting also in the last couple of weeks. He's been our first sub. Usually it's someone else. Usually it's a Ben Rama or someone like that. Like the other day, the Crystal Palace game, he came on for Alvarez, which I was surprised that it wasn't a Ben Rama. It was a Fornals came on, which was quite an interesting change in tact, I think. I mean, he's a very versatile player. Be a great squad player in any side, to be honest. But, the man needs to get first team football. There's an outside chance he could make the Spanish squad maybe for the Euros with a great last, third of the season. So we'll see what happens in January. But I think the main reason being will be securing his value. We've been made aware that via several news outlets that we have to sell in terms of bringing in players. That's why I think that Hakan deal is a complete non-starter unless it was a loan deal, for example, which I don't think Inter Milan will do. So by securing Pablo's value for the next 18 months, with an 18 months sort of extension to his contract, so to speak, I think that would be as quite good business practice, in all honesty. Same as anyone else who's coming to the end of their contracts. And some of the likes of Ben Johnson, the likes of Cresswell, these guys could command some value, not a lot, but some. But with Fornals now having that extra year extended, it does increase his value or maintains that value going into January. Same as some of Tilo Kehrer. I think Tilo Kehra's contract runs out at the end of 25-26 season. So again, he's got several years left in his contract as well. So there we go. And that's it, my friends. As I said, keep an eye on the channel. We'll have all the stuff leading up to the Spurs game later on today. And then myself and Anton and the game will be back tomorrow to do hopefully, a really nice match review of the game. And we've won and we've beaten Spurs. Where's those straws I'm clutching at? Let's see it somewhere. With the player ratings. And then obviously it's all systems go to the Fulham game, who turned over Nottingham Forest at 5-0 yesterday. So they're in good form. Anyway, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends. Come on, you bloody irons.